Good evening, people. Tonight, we're going to talk to you about a little bit about presidents. What does a president really need? What kind of experience? Because all during the past campaign, we heard about that. And I did a little research. Start off with this one president first. The education he received through his time was equivalent to a student today who's taking college prep courses in high school and completed the 10th grade. No further. Totally completed. College prep courses. Not regular high school, college prep. In other words, algebra, calculus, world history, and all those subjects, sciences, physics, that you get from 10th grade down as a college prep student. Then this man had some military experience. He fought in some wars. And then eventually he worked his way through the ranks up to general of the army. His education wasn't above that, but truthfully, he was a farmer. This man, noted among his friends as being extremely honest, to where they talk of a story, which is a story to show his honesty. He chopped down a cherry tree. His father went out, saw this cherry tree chopped down, and said, "Who chopped down my cherry tree?" And the young man said, "Father, I cannot tell a lie. It was I." This man had a moral character that was very strong. Politically, around the world's experience, not so great. But he was a leader among men, not because of his education, not because of the countries he traveled around the world, not because of the millions of dollars he had, but because of his character. He had a very strong moral fiber character. Who am I talking about? George Washington. He was not a super educated individual. He was well educated for his time, but that would be the equivalency of a 10th grade college prep student in high school today. Now, why do I tell you this? Well, you can say for his time. No. Look at what was going on during his time. And look at what he accomplished. A lot of you don't realize that George Washington wasn't the first president in this country. He's actually the second president of this country. He's the first congressional president. A lot of you don't realize that George Washington brought around the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. A lot of these people don't realize that even after the Revolutionary War, the British loyalists wanted to go back to Britain and did not want us to be a separate. We were split. He brought the country together, a farmer. Nothing more, nothing less, with the education equivalency of a 10th grade college prep student today. Now we go to this other man. He was considered extremely learned. Very learned. He had experience with Greek philosophy. He had experience with all kinds of things. He could speak several languages. He taught himself to read several languages. His education would have been equivalent to a high school graduate in an advanced college prep course. The degree of calculus he got was to that level. The degree of the foreign languages is any college prep student has to have a second language, and some have thirds. The history, the world history, all that. The study of writings from everything from Greek philosophy to the poets of England, 16th century. All that is in high school. And this man was a great statesman, but he was also a farmer. You would remember him from some of his works, his writings, like the Declaration of Independence. Yes, Thomas Jefferson. And I can go on during the first eras and show you the really super educated, wealthy, rich people were really not mentioned so much in history. Then what makes a great president? Well, they had a very strong moral character. They did have a strong moral character. People knew them for their honesty. People trusted them. Then let's go to another one during a trying time. You might remember him. He was born in a log cabin, had to teach himself to read. He eventually became a lawyer, but you know what was neat about his becoming a lawyer back then? When he became a lawyer, is all you had to do was take a piece of wood, write on it, lawyer, ba ba ba, and that's it, stick it up. His education wasn't even equivalent to a 10th grade college prep student in high school. He wrote papers like the Gettysburg Address. Yes, Abraham Lincoln. Commonly referred to as Honest Abe. So, what is it that makes a great president? Is there their experience in the world? Is it their education? No, on both. It's their character, that what they're made of. You need to start looking at that. Nothing else. Ronald Reagan, a movie actor. Then while he was a very popular actor, became governor. Then from governor he became president. And considered a very great president. Why? Because of his character. John F. Kennedy. Again, it's character. Nothing else. Not the special programs one way, not the special programs another way. It's the honesty that's brought up front. That is the quality that we need in a great president. Everything they do is not going to be perfect. Everything they do is not going to be right. But whatever they do, it's going to be an honest, truthful effort. They may make mistakes. I'm sure George Washington made a lot of them. I bet you Thomas Jefferson did too. Abraham Lincoln, how many nights did he lay awake worrying? And Ronald Reagan, he admitted to it right up in front of Congress. He said, look, if you wanted me not to do this, tell me. Don't play games. I made a mistake. They are men who had strong character. Intelligent, yes. A lot of education, not really above that of a high school, college prep grad. But wisdom beyond any college that exists on this earth. Way beyond. And that wisdom never came from a school building. So, really, what makes a great president? Not college.